Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. July 15th. Pride. For thousands of years, we have been demanding more than our share of security, prestige, and romance. When we seemed to be succeeding, we drank to dream still greater dreams. When we were frustrated, even in part, we drank for oblivion. Never was there enough of what we thought we wanted. In all these strivings, so many of them well-intentioned, our crippling handicap had been our lack of humility. We had lacked the perspective to see that character building and spiritual values had to come first, and that material satisfactions were not the purpose of living. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 71. Time and again, I approached the seventh step, only to fall back and regroup. Something was missing, and the impact of the step escaped me. What had I overlooked? A single word, read but ignored, the foundation of all the steps. Indeed, the entire Alcoholics Anonymous program. The word is humbly. I understood my shortcomings. I constantly put tasks off. I angered easily. I felt too much self-pity, and I thought, why me? Then I remembered, pride goeth before the fall, and I eliminated pride from my life. Courage to Change, One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, July 15th. Each of us puts the Al-Anon program into practice in our lives as best we can, moving at the pace that is right for us. That is why I avoid speaking harshly, using phrases such as, get off the pity pot, or quit feeling sorry for yourself. Perhaps someone needs more time to work through a painful situation than I do. Their story may sound repetitious to me, but who am I to judge? When I'm struggling with my difficulties, I am so grateful that no one in Al-Anon stands over me with a stopwatch, telling me that I am taking too long when I learn my lessons slowly. A non-judgmental listening ear can be a great blessing, and I'm learning to offer it more freely. Today's reminder. Today I will try to extend to my fellow members the respect, patience, and courtesy that I want for myself. The affirmation reads from a Sioux Indian prayer. Great Spirit, help me never to judge another until I have walked in his moccasins. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, July 15th. Relations with others. We made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Step 8. All human beings struggle with self-centeredness. The chronic self-centeredness that lies at the very core of addiction makes that struggle doubly difficult for people like us. Many of us have lived as we believed we were the last people on earth, utterly blind to the effect our behavior has had on those around us. The 8th step is the process our program has given us to honestly examine our past relationships. We take a look at the writing we did on our 4th step to identify the effects our actions had on the people in our lives. When we recognize harm done to some of those people, we become willing to take responsibility for our actions by making amends to them. The variety of people we encounter in our day and the quality of our relations with them determines to a great extent the quality of our very lives. Love, humor, excitement, caring. The things that make life worth living derive much of their meaning from being shared with others. Understanding this, we want to discover the true nature of our relationships with other people and mend whatever breaks we may find in those relations. We want to work the 8th step. Just for today, I want to fully enjoy the companionship of my fellows. I will examine my relationships with the people in my life. Where I find I've harmed others, I will seek the willingness to make amends to them. Today, Emotions Anonymous, July 15th. Reflection for today. Let me remember how the dawn breaks in the morning. The change from darkness into light comes on so gradually it is hardly noticeable. But at one point, I become able to discern forms where before has been complete darkness, and everything around me becomes clearer, almost imperceptibly, up to the moment when the sun rises in all its splendor, flooding the glorious beauty of the earth with its golden warming rays. Let me think about this whenever I am feeling impatient. Meditation for today. May I put my whole reliance in you, who lets the sun rise over us every day, trusting that you are taking care of all your children. Today I will remember, dawn comes slowly, and so will my patience. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics' dysfunctional families. July 15th. Promise 7. We will learn how to play and have fun in our lives. BRB page 591. Just as we learned to fear our alcoholic and dysfunctional families, we can now learn to play and enjoy ourselves. This does not mean playing solitary games on our computers, tablets, or game consoles. A way that many of us learn to become more lighthearted is by finding real enjoyment in the company of other ACAs. While we maintain a certain structure in our meetings, we can also experience fellowship before or after the meetings and share good times. This may feel weird to some of us at first because we are learning to relate to people differently than we're used to. But as with the rest of the ACA program, daily practice helps us become more comfortable with the idea. Laughter starts to flow more naturally as we begin to let our guard down. We become less concerned with saying the right thing and more concerned with just being in the moment. Where we once filled every waking moment with activity as a way to keep ourselves occupied, we can learn to become more of a human being than a human doing. We can now have fun because we are finally free from the fear of showing our true self. Did you hear the one about 2 adult children who walk into a meeting? The affirmation reads, "On this day, I will practice playing and will enjoy having fun with others in a wholesome and positive way." Share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be. And remember that you are not alone and recovery is possible, one day at a time.